Hey, it's been a minute since I've been on this platform sharing anything, honestly. It's been a year almost, and I'm sorry for that. I'm back. We're rolling. Let's do this. A close friend of mine, 2 years ago when I turned 30, gave me a really thoughtful gift, which was a fact sheet from the year I was born about the country I was born. Just a whole fact sheet. Look how small this lettering is. Like, she put some thought into this. She put some thought and she put some effort in. Now I cherish it. But I wanted to share it today because today is her 30th birthday, and I thought by thanking her, I'd let her know how grateful I am. In the year you were born, January 1994, Baikal Airlines Flight 130 crashes, killing all 124 people on board. President Bill Clinton of the United States and President Boris Yeltsin of the Russian Federation negotiated an agreement between their respective countries not to target strategic nuclear missiles at each other. October 1994, Queen Elizabeth II made a state visit to Russia for the first time, and it was the only time. November 1994, Russia invades the Chechen capital Grozny, the Battle of Grozny. December 1994, Russian troops enter the breakaway Republic of Chechnya to stop an independence movement. Up to 100,000 people were estimated killed in the 20-month war that ends with a compromise agreement. Births in 1994 overall. Births declined from a peak of 2.5 million in 1987 to 1.4 million in 1994. During this same period, deaths increased from 1.5 million to 2.3 million. In 1994, deaths exceeded births by 880,000. Folk dancing is an important part of Russian history and Russian culture. This style of dance consists of people dancing in a circle while holding hands. 20% of all the trees in the entire world are in Russia. That ends up being around 640 billion trees. Russia is home to the coldest village in the world. The average temperature is negative 58 degrees Fahrenheit. In 1897, Russia sold Alaska to the United States for only $7.2 million. Did you know that Russia is so big that it has 11 different time zones? Lake Baikal has more water than any other lake on Earth. New Year's Eve is considered the most magical time of the year in Russia. It is the biggest and most cherished holiday of the Russian year. It is believed that the way you spend the night, particularly the moment when the clock strikes midnight, determines the kind of year you will have. Russians learn not to smile while growing up. While smiling in many cultures is a sign of happiness and friendliness, Russians don't view it that way. To Russians, smiling is a sign of weakness and not showing one's true feelings. Russians do smile at people they know well and care about, but not at strangers as many other cultures do. Russia is the largest country in the world and makes up 11% of the world's total land mass. For comparison, the next biggest country is Canada. There is a big difference between the male and female population in Russia. While females in Russia make up 54% of the population, males only make up 46%. The population gap began during World War II when 25 million Russian soldiers died during the war. While there is no longer a war going on, men still have a much shorter lifespan than women do in Russia. Many Russians live in a rural community where the way of life is harsh. Russian men often fall victim to hunting accidents, poor healthcare, and too much vodka. Did you know that the longest railway in the world is in Russia? The Trans-Siberian Railway extends from Moscow to Vladivostok, a total of 5,772 miles. Russia has 12 active volcanoes. Did you know that Siberia, which is actually where I'm from, is very close to Siberia. Siberia makes up 77% of the Russian Federation. Siberia is a large region in northern Russia. While it makes up 77% of the land, only 20% of Russian people live in Siberia due to the harsh conditions. Russians tend to have many superstitions and traditions. One of the most common traditions is to only give flowers in odd numbers. Many Russians believe that an even number of flowers are only for cemeteries. If you give a Russian an even number of flowers, they may take it personally. Russians also believe you should not wear clothes inside out. If you put your clothes on inside out, the Russians believe you will be beaten. Tetris was invented in Russia in 1984. Tichi Malaka, bird's milk, an old folklore about a Slavic princess who would ask her suitors to fetch bird's milk, which was impossible to find, to test their worthiness. Would you be willing to go find bird's milk for somebody? to prove your worthiness. That is all. Those are the facts I wanted to share with you.